Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the bait shop. As always, Mike. Wait a minute. You don't look like Dockery. You don't have any hair.
I don't have any. I don't have long hair, and my glasses are a little darker. But
Yeah, a little
but
bit
I still,
darker.
but I will still give you a hard time because I
All
have to
right.
fill. I have to
That's
fill
what
in
we're
the
looking
day.
for. That's what we're looking for. At least I think that's what everybody in chat's looking for. Somebody to give me a hard time. Uh, Speaking of, I seen Mr. Avid was avidly awaiting the show to start. He was the very first one in. He was looking to give me some grief tonight, I reckon. Followed by Mr. Ernie Brown. Lyle finally woke up from his fourth nap of the day and joined the chat about 19 minutes till the show started. Muskrat Adventures, Catfish and Crappie, John Boys, HS Outdoors. What's up, Heath? Everybody don't know who HS Outdoors was. Go back and watch the Weekend Anglers summer pool party. He was fishing in that this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. Uh, so far, oh, John Patrick Jr., what's going on, buddy? So far, that is what we have. Mr. Papaw Ed, Kentucky Catman Outdoors. What is going on, Jim Clark? Nice to see you, buddy. Oh, I appreciate you joining me tonight, Josh.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on. It's always fun to come on the bait shop and shoot the bull for a little while.
Yeah, I was afraid that these guys and gals were going to have to sit and look at me all night long by myself. So at least now we have double the fun, double the ugly.
Well,
All that kind of stuff.
unlike certain others, I won't leave you hanging. I won't. I don't say their names on Mo Creek. So
Oh, don't even get me started on Mo Creek. Hey, there's Betty Jean,
hey,
Jean
Betty.
Tillman, and my beautiful wife Dee. Uh, yeah, I was trying to get Mo Creek to join us tonight, but apparently he's done something to his internet. He's not got the best of service. He said, but it came out on the summer pool party in Y, and I messaged him that, and he didn't very much like what I had to say about all the chicken juice that he now has running into his electrical outlets and his Wi-Fi and all that. So,
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
old Rob joined the dark side.
He did,
Caught him.
and I was so proud of you. And he keeps telling me though that he was set up by like the FBI and this and that. There was a Russian hack and all this kind of stuff.
I don't know though. We had one rod that had chicken, and it was that rod in that rod holder all day long had chicken in it. And when he saw that rod start to bounce, and he sure went to it pretty quick. So
He was waiting.
he was waiting.
I bet Jerry Parker has so many blackmail photos and videos of him using chicken. It ain't funny, but he just hasn't shared. He's hanging them over Rob's head.
He's going to get something out of it for sure.
Oh, see. Hey, Uncle Lou, what's going on, buddy? Uncle Lou, are you out of Facebook jail yet? I don't know if you forgot my message I sent you the other day. Dale Hayslip, Jason Lamb.
But did Uncle Lou got put in Facebook jail?
I thought he said something. They did something. He couldn't do anything or something. I don't know what was going on there, but
You can't hardly breathe on Facebook anymore that they're not putting in Facebook jail. So
I know. You know all too well, don't you?
I know all too well. I did back to back 30-day stints. I was out for less than 5 hours last time, but I had fun.
Yeah. This is the mow our yard show. Now I just have my mower sitting behind me as well. I just had it angled. If you noticed, that's awesome lead weights that I've made recently. Trying to get stocked up. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer to the thing there.
Ooh,
Nice little stack. There. Good thing. There, yeah. Bounce, bounce, bounce. There we go.
that's how it goes.
I'm going to see Mr. Catfish and Dreams this weekend. There's a bunch of us going up.
I know. I wish
Uh,
I wish I could go to that. Man, I was hoping we'd be able to swing that one, but it just doesn't look like it. at this point, I mean, it's a definite no. But man, I wanted to go to.
Well, luckily for me, this one's only a little over an hour away, hour and a half maybe. So
It was teetering on 6 for me, so that's one you got to kind of plan out a little bit.
Ram Diaz, Rams. Oh, missed it. Rams, Rams bait and tackle, San Antonio, Texas. Good evening, everyone. What's going on, Ram Diaz? Welcome
Howdy,
to the
Ram.
bait shop. I'm a fan of bait shops. I really am. I like the local owned bait shops. I have we'll call it one and a half here that I keep in business, as we'll say. So
I'll tell you what, they before I ever knew you or knew anything about that bait shop, that and I'm gonna butcher the name, Latonia. Is that right?
Yep. Latonia Bait and Tackle.
That lady there treated me and Christina awesome when we were in there a couple years ago, and we had a real good time. I went in and I'd asked her, I'm like, hey, I said, do you mind if I film in here? This is why, because I'm not one. I won't walk in carrying a camera into your business because that's not cool. It's not polite. But
Yep.
Once I told her what I was doing, she's like, oh yeah, and she was real happy. But she treated us good. We'd been in there the day before. She treated us good before I ever picked up a camera. So I mean, it wasn't fake. It was real. So
Yeah. Her and her husband, they are amazing people. They have definitely earned my business. There was another one, and it's still open, that I used to go to years ago. Was owned. They actually did a interview with him last year or the year before on Kentucky Field. Awesome guy. I used to go down there, like I said, all the time, get bait and rods and reels from him and stuff. And he passed away not that long ago, and his daughter's taken over it, and just the store is just not the same. But you go into somewhere like Latonia Bait and Tackle, it's a husband and wife that own it and run it, and I think their daughter helps sometimes, and some family and stuff, but they're just awesome people. They do you right.
they had for a what I would consider a smaller bait shop too.
Oh yeah.
They had a very impressive selection of tackle, and I mean if you wanted catfish gear, which is usually lacking at least around the bait shops around here, but I mean, they had good quality equipment there.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember how long ago it's been since you've been there, but they have a good variety of every species. A lot of places you go into, it's always bass and
Crappie,
panfish type setups and stuff, and it's very limited catfish. They have a lot of catfish gear in there.
Yeah, they did. They were well stocked on just about anything you'd want to mess with there. So
apparently, I didn't forget you, Mo Creek. What now? We were just talking about you. If you wouldn't have been late, about you and all the chicken usage that you do. Twisted Fishing TV, what's going on? Sean T. Parker Pursuit, the chicken man himself. LG Bass.
That's called Parkerized chicken now. That's how I refer to it. Parkerized chicken.
Parkerized chicken. What's going on, Palmetto Cats?
Hey, Kevin.
Ladies, laddie. Oh, he's getting all Irish on us. I didn't even sound Irish, but that's cool. Let's see. But yeah, I like it. I've actually, a lot of the jigs and stuff that I tie, I get my jig heads from them, a lot of them. But a lot, I would say probably 75% of the stuff that I fish with now, I've gotten from them, minus my rods.
Right.
So, just about every reel that I have is coming from there too. So, and it's been tough on places like that.
Mm-hmm.
If your big box stores ain't getting stuff in, imagine what they're going through to try to get their market.
They're struggling, but a lot of the time what they have over the big box stores is they're going to have fresher bait. They're going to have and they're going to know where the fish are biting. They're going to be able to tell you spots, where some dude that's working in a one of the big stores or the big chains, he may know, but those little bait shops, they're They're going to tell you what's biting, and they're going to tell you where.
Yeah, that's what, and it is amazing the knowledge that they have. And like I said, they've been in business. Oh God, I think she said since the 70s.
Oh wow,
Yeah, they've been around for a long, long time.
it was. It was probably every bit of 2 or 3 years ago that we went. We were all down through your way. If I'd have known you at the time, I'd come give you a hard time.
I would have liked that. And now you know that if you're ever around here, stop on. Give me a holler. We'll meet up and we'll
You know
make
what?
it a date to the bait shop.
There we go.
That actually happened last Saturday.
I was gonna say we could do it on a Thursday. Do the bait shop from the bait shop. I don't know if they'd be okay with that or
Yeah,
not.
I don't. They normally close at 7 Eastern, so I don't know if they would or not. They told me I could do all the filming and pictures I want there. But they open up at like 6 a.m. So
Oh yeah.
6 or 7. I can't remember what it is right now in their summer, but I know they close at 7. So them guys they're working 6-7 days a week. That's all they do.
Oh, that's
Um,
you know
they don't take vacations or
when
they
you
work.
own a business, the business owns you a lot of the time.
Uh, One, I would like to give Dee a shout out for all the awesome moderating that I see her doing. So appreciate you, sweetheart.
Timing people out.
Yeah, just two troublemakers that have caused me a lot of grief today, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Let me take care of that one. Two stands fishing. Cindy Stokes, what's going on, sweetie? But yeah, so apparently, Bob from Fins and Finds, you know him, right?
Mhm.
He was live earlier, and I'm watching and I'm actively participating, giving him some quality view time, and I started getting harassed by catfish and crappie, and then he started whining and crying about wanting a wrench and this and that, and it was all just to time me out in chat. So I was like, dude, I'm about tired of your attitude. You're losing your wrench and mine. So
Oh man.
yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick of his constant bullying me. I keep getting called the bully, but it always is me being bullied, Josh, and I don't understand this.
Poor old Mark.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think Mark has a mean bone in his body.
I hope all these accounts that he's bringing in is.
He learned that by watching me.
Yeah, I know you got to have some extras just to be able to do your stuff.
Yeah, I forget I don't remember what was going on, but I was getting timed out in chat one time, and every time I'd get timed out, I'd grab another account. So
Yeah, I think you learn. Oh, sorry. There you go.
that's when you tell me you're a bully. You can't stop.
But yeah, I do remember that. I think you had to quite a bit when we had Christina. We was talking to Christina and stuff. So
I want to say I was working the night that she was on, but there was something else going on that I was getting timed out in chat, and Mark was noticing it that I was coming in with different accounts, but I can't remember what it was. It was
I don't remember exactly either. I'd have to go back and look, but I know we had a few weeks spurt where it was awesome. We had Christina one night. We had Laura to 4.
Laura was on. I think Laura started that.
Some of the best shows we've had, man. But yeah, then we had Mr. Mo Creek. I was trying to get him on here to defend himself about the chicken allegations, and he, proceeded to. I can't use the verbiage that he used in the text back to me. It's not child friendly, so that friendship might be over as well. So. I mean, I wasn't going to hold it against him that he was secretly using chicken off camera, and then you caught him at the very end.
We'll always have screenshots. I think there's several screenshots from the pool party with with the look on his face.
Oh yeah. But it was funny because he was smiling ear to ear as soon as you started swinging that camera around, and then he went into like over dramatic mode. He was like, "Oh God, I can't believe there was chicken on this rod." Like, really?
Hey, I can't be too mean to Rob. He just about waded off in the water when we had to pull that piece of wood off the skeg of the boat Saturday. So,
I didn't hear that.
oh, you didn't hear about that?
No.
I have to send you the picture. Rob got a picture of it. With about an hour left to go in the tournament, we decided we were going to run back down river, kind of down towards. I mean, not fish on top of Jerry and Heath, but be down in that general vicinity. And
I know. I remember when you all made that move.
And then we were gone for like 30 minutes or so. And Christina was asking Heath, she's like, how far up did they run? And he's like, not that far. Well, we were running down river at about somewhere in the neighborhood about 50 miles an hour. And evidently got into a piece of wood. There's a chunk of wood, maybe a foot long by 8 or 10 inches wide, and managed to hit it dead on with the skeg on the lower unit, and split that thing about halfway like you would a piece of firewood. And we kind of both lurched forward for a second, and then the boat was running, and no oil slicks, and still had water pressure and everything. So I'm like, well, we'll get back up and run. I thought maybe we'd got into a big old Asian carp or something and chopped him with the propeller. But I got back up on plane, and I was missing 1,000 RPM on top end, and the boat was real squirrely up on the pad, and I'm like, So we beached the boat there at Brookport, Illinois, up on the bank, and I trimmed the motorway up, and that thing was sitting there just opened up like a book. We had to. I leaned over the tail of the boat and got that thing undid from there. But Rob was already taking his shoes off. He was going to go wading in the Ohio River, and I'm going, no, don't do that, man. I can lean over into the boat.
Does he not know the stories about doing stuff like that?
I didn't want to be the next one that they were calling out McCracken County search and rescue on or something like that. So,
or the fact that you'd be like the opposite of what I calls when he about lost his hand during the blues tournament, when he started growing extra limbs because he was wading in the Ohio River.
Oh, you're too nervous about that Ohio River. You freak out every time I dunk my head in it. But
I keep telling you, dude, every time you do, there's an extra lump. Maurice Hasten.
Maurice, hey, buddy.
I need to meet that fella.
I forget who made the comment in chat a minute ago. I had it pulled up for a second, but this boat I've had they were asking how many boats I had. We were back to that subject, but this one I've had for several years. I think I've had it for about 5 years now, but it's been down. I've had some motor issues with it, and I've got the lower unit pulled off of it right now. I've got to replace the prop shaft seals, but they're in. I just haven't had time to mess with them yet. So I love that boat. I love that thing in rough water with that big V.
Oh yeah.
But you don't use it in shallow water because all it does is bottom out.
Hey, Chrissy. Hey, Tim Molina.
Chrissy's in here?
Yep, Chrissy, I hope you're feeling better.
That's what I was about to say. I hope she's feeling better, healing up, making Ernie wait on her hand and foot.
Oh, he better be. I'm gonna check in with her this weekend. Hopefully they'll be up there. They're supposed to be meeting us at the meet and greet up there at Rocky Fork. So I'm gonna check in with her, make sure that Ernie is doing his duties and taking care of her.
Yep, he cooked her. Sound like he cooked her a real nice steak dinner the other night, though. So he was definitely on the right track.
Smart move, Ernie. Smart move.
He described that meal, and I told him it was. I was almost willing to injure myself if I could get a steak dinner like that.
Right. I like me a steak dinner. I'm pouring a mold here, getting this warmed up. Drop some more lead tonight before I go to bed.
What you pouring tonight?
Pouring some 8 and 10 ounce coin sinkers right now.
Oh, okay.
I got to do a stress test next week. Been having some weird pains. Catman, man, I hope everything's okay. Keep us posted. Hope everything turns out all right, man. Oh, Papa Ed, don't worry about Dee. She knows you're on the good list. Let's see. Oh, Heath is feeling ignored. Why are you feeling ignored, Heath?
Feeling ignored?
Man, who's ignoring you? We're not ignoring you guys. Well, we probably pretty much are. We kind of tend to do that here on the bait shop. We ignore our customers.
Yeah, you just got to be loud.
Yeah, you got to be a little obnoxious in this show.
Yeah, kind of the squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of show. So Heath, find somebody, pick on them, and you'll get some attention.
That's right. I love that hashtag. Please do not do that anymore, Jim.
Yes.
Catman, no more, hashtag no more heart attacks. Amen, man.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about people too is I heard that Eric Burnside and his family was in a car accident. It seemed to be good, but they were asking for prayers and stuff. So hopefully everybody is okay. Keep them in your thoughts. Yeah, keep us posted a different way than you have in the past, where you went live and was having a flipping heart attack.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
I don't want that. Oh my God, it just got okay. It got worse.
You mean it just got better?
Here comes the precious Mr. Hooks.
Precious?
Ain't that what Telly calls you?
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
I'll just talk to Josh. I'll ignore Chad.
Yeah, most people do. I mean,
is that the boat you're supposed to be moving?
No, that boat's moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll go over sure just to clear up things.
Yeah, well, apparently we've gotten tired of the move the boat movement, because all he does is goes over and he shakes the side of it. And he says it's moving.
Well, it's kind of like having let's get that straightened up. So I don't look on scroll. It's kind of like having a 2-ton truck and loading it up full of 4 tons of canaries. You'll break the axles unless you get out every few miles and beat the side of the truck with a stick and keep half of them flying. So that's.
So what have I missed?
Well, we've been picking on Rob. Chris is in trouble. We've been picking on Rob on Mo Creek a little bit.
That's a good thing.
But talking about his chicken fish this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And
that's amazing.
Chad was saying that poor old Mark, and I don't know that I believe this. He said Mark's been mean to him. So
yeah, he is. I'm not tired of how rude he is to me all the time. I think
Mark
he's jealous
is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
If he was nice, he would have put Bob from Fins and Fines on some fish. Okay. But the poor man he's got a Chris from Hooks and Hammock Street going that we don't know if and when it'll ever be broken. But now I mean, seriously, I was watching earlier and Bob's like, guys, do you really believe in this live curse that you can't catch fish? And I was like, I was part of it for a little bit, not near as long as Hooks and Hammocks. But
I hold the record on that. That's for sure.
I'm pretty sure you hold the record for that one. But oh my God, I think somebody has hijacked Maurice's account. Maurice used to be such a sweet, nice person, and he has turned into like avid times 2. Man,
Maurice just tells the truth.
No, I think he believes what everybody else is saying,
which is truth.
See, the common denominator here is not that I'm a bully; it's that everybody else is.
Let's see.
And I have not timed out anybody. Well, yeah, actually, I did time out 2 of his accounts, didn't I? Never mind. I have not been the only one timing out anybody in this chat. Betty G, just let you know.
Hey, I got to step away for a second. I need a drink.
All right. I forgot to grab me a drink to bring out with me.
I brought the latter half of the water.
I have a water sitting here that I don't know how old it is. It might be stagnant water by now.
Yeah, it all depends if it's been opened or not. I'm bad
I am
about
not the stepchild. Yeah, that's right. Dee is the enforcer. She will not tolerate these bullies that continue to pick on her husband. That is her job.
I just found something I've been looking for.
What's that?
See, I do watch the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what took out that skunk last week before, something like that.
Let's see.
Trying to be good
I'm
and
not
pick up
back
my
yet.
brain.
What's he doing?
I didn't catch what he said.
I didn't either. It was like a little freaking midget ran out. It was almost like having Dockery come in. I miss that guy right there. He,
I do too.
I believe tonight is actually he's having one of his classes. This week and next, I believe, was 2 weeks. He's supposed to have classes too.
You saw you saw what he was teaching in that one class a few weeks ago, didn't you? Did you see the picture from that?
Which one was that one?
He was talking about he had the one-on-one, I guess, with him and Mark pulled up on a big pull out.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did see that one. That was pretty
Talking
awesome.
about how if you hit the roof of the dock with your lure before you cast, that it's like ringing the dinner bell for the fish. So I got me an angry face for that one pretty quick. So
I like it. You know, if you get an angry face though, you're doing something right.
yeah, he don't just hand those out.
He don't.
Yeah,
They have to be earned.
Yeah, you do have to earn one.
Just for the record, I'm taller than Dockery.
What?
I said, just for the record, I'm taller than Dockery.
Yeah, but so is my 1-month-old son. So that's not.
Chris, you say this, but I noticed the more I thought about it while we were all in Mendota, you legitimately stayed away from the 2 shortest people on the planet.
I didn't want to make them feel bad.
You literally stayed, 100 yards away. It was like you had a restraining order by Lyle
I didn't
and
want them to
Dockery.
feel bad. That's all it was.
I don't know.
It was just being nice.
Oh, now there's a rebellion in chat that Mark's trying to start. Join the Chad revolt.
Rage against the
Rebel against the bully.
Oh. So let's see. I don't know. I can't read this. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, there we are.
I don't know, Chris. You kind of look like one of the Keebler elves. I love Parker Chicken Pursuit. What is it, Parker? What? Parkerized chicken?
Parkerized chicken.
Yes, Parkerized chicken. I got to try to remember that.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing nobody listens to him or Mo Creek.
I don't know. I did enjoy that video that you put up, Hooks. That
Yeah.
I had no involvement in any way, shape, or form in. There was not even a collaboration. I found out days later after it was posted that you were doing such things. So
yeah, that was a good video.
Yeah, Chad helped with that. So
I was actually wondering why my name was in the description.
I was having trouble with the lyrics, and I told Chad, and he helped me out quite a bit with those lyrics. at the end.
I thought they were good.
I did. I mean, I know I did. I don't know what you're talking about. Why is Avid giving me so many angry faces?
Oh, we're getting angry faces from Avid now.
Yeah, I don't understand. Rage against Chad.
Yeah.
I hate when you drop your tool. Oh, let's see. What was I was getting ready to ask you? I forgot.
Dad, get you some jack links and then go mess with Avid. Those commercials used to rock back in the day.
That would,
Yes.
wouldn't it? If I ever make it out that way, I'm making a messing with Avid Witch commercial.
Yeah. Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messing with Avid.
Yes, that would be phenomenal.
Oh my goodness!
Avid, you hear that?
There's a viral video right there.
Are you seeing what
yes.
Parker's saying?
No, what did he say? You get
Look here.
right there. You have gotten so many hits on that video due to Rob and my dashing looks. Good Lord, my
That's been
Lord,
good. Oh my.
guys, we don't appreciate lying in chat. So
Only on screen.
Yeah, you gotta be a guest to lie on the bait shop. So
yeah, if you want to lie, you got to come on screen.
yep.
Oh, I
like
got a message from somebody. Hold on.
It's like a pretty good stack of sinkers you got back there, Chadwick.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sneak over and take those, I think.
Well, I would make some sinkers because Chad talked me into buying a mold, and I got the mold, but I don't have any of the brass because Chad bought it all.
Hey, you want one of these?
Get on eBay. You can buy those.
You want some of this?
You can get those brass eyes by the pound. I think I bought a 5-pound bag of them one time. I probably got enough of them left for the rest of my life.
Or what he could have done was just bought the mold, give it to me, and I could have already had him the sinkers made.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be kind of like just paying for the sinkers, right?
I mean, you got to think like Heath. I bought the mold and everything else, and then he's like, "Hey, I need sinkers," and I give him sinkers because that's I'm nice, and so we keep him in lead, and they keep him in lead, keep him in Bonehead's hooks, and we're good to go. So
yeah, I need to check out these Boneheads hooks.
I'll send both of you some so you try them out.
Yeah, I hadn't even heard of them until I thought it was a joke. I thought like Avid gave you some hooks and you were not calling them Boneheads or something.
No, I started out I was pouring some bass jigs and stuff like that, and was needing a name for it. And Caitlin at the time was big into skeletons, like really big into skeletons. Thought they were the coolest thing ever. But we called them boneheads and not skeletons, and it just kind of stuck. So
I got you, Mark. I don't make coin sinkers that small. My river actually requires real lead.
5 ounces, I can't make. I can make coin sinkers in 2, 3s, or 4s.
That
Coins,
was
I only have 8 and 10. Now, if Chris wanted to bring
Chad's
his mold
compensating
in,
for something.
yeah, current.
Now I don't know about. I mean, you're fishing the same Ohio River that I am, and I don't use 8, 10 ounce. So I use 8-ounce sinkers to drift with. I use these. These are what I pour. And they got a swivel molded in at the bottom.
When river is right for suspend drifting to keep it down.
Yeah,
it takes a minimum of about 8 ounces in this pool up here.
Yeah, we use 8 to suspend drift. I'll use 8 even if the river's sitting there looking like a lake, because just that 8 keeps those things straight down, and I don't have to worry about them messing up.
Yeah. What's she doing? Oh. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Oh, I see the message now. But yeah, like even when it's typically we haven't had rain for weeks up here, like August typically gets that way. Um, you know, then I might throw a 5 ouncer on there, but
Yeah, Rob ain't kidding. I saw where he said check those swivels. Yeah, we had one. We had a
Yeah.
swivel break on a Saturday.
Alyssa, they see you. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Probably trying to talk my daughter into getting in the water again somehow.
Here we go. Now Lyle saying 1 ounce will fish the Ohio. Jesus.
Oh man, come on, Lyle.
Oh, how'd this guy get a freaking invite?
Oh man,
Oh,
not him.
my.
Your beautiful wife invited me in.
Now I sent out an
Oh.
invite to go, and I can't get the dude to even click on it. I guess he must be busy. So
Come on in. Come on in. The water's fine, as
Yes, it
Muskrat
is.
would say.
He must have came on to do the chicken dance or something.
I know. Where's your chicken hat, chicken man?
well, you know, Jerry.
No, just got off work a little bit and actually just got done repairing my kayak. I had a big crack in it and I just got done fixing it. So
Yeah, is that the same big crack that I saw coming home from Mendota? Well, that's a
was
big old crack you
beautiful.
have.
That was the most beautiful moon you have ever seen.
Uh,
I'll say, don't you have a big crack every time you take it out?
did you make a DUI video when you fixed that?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
How many DUI videos you got now?
Just a couple. I actually took I had an old hard hat laying around that was the same. It was polypropylene. It was the same material that kayak was made out of. And I cut it up with a sawzall. And I took a soldering iron and filled it in. So and my
It
big
ought to hold.
jumped up and down on it, and it held. So
did you go ahead, Josh?
Oh no, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to ask you, did you have a way to like clamp that did you have a way to clamp that back together before you welded it, or did you just fill the whole thing in?
I actually didn't have to do that because the crack wasn't that bad. I mean, okay, it was bad, but it was close enough together where I was able to just run that welding soldering iron back and forth and was able to fill it in. And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm going to take it out for a test run this weekend and see how it does.
Yeah, I was going to say that sure beats the old four-wheeler trick of drilling holes on either side of the crack and zip tying it. And
well, I did take a drill and drill a hole on each.
Yeah,
I'm
on
spread.
screen,
So hopefully, like I said, hopefully that does
see me
trick.
what's up, Heath?
There's Heath.
What's up, guys? Just sitting out here slapping mosquitoes and sweat.
Yeah, I got my Binford mosquito eater with me tonight.
Well, I've got a torch behind me, but it's not doing anything. I'm still getting eaten alive. But
Well,
hey, whatever.
I was showing Chad before the show. I showed him that candle from last night.
Oh yeah.
And I said last night during the live that the mosquitoes were just landing in that citronella candle, and there is a ton of them in there.
Hey, that reminds me of when we were down on the Big Muddy that time. It was the same way.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think
we've used those camping and
the manufacturer and be like, I don't think your product works.
Take it back to Rural King.
we took those camping one time and had the same thing.
There's a good point right there, Mr. Chicken Man. Better hit it flex seal just to make sure.
I'm actually I'm gonna order what they call gator pads.
Hey, let me stop you right there.
There we go.
No,
those are all mosquitoes.
Wow.
So, but as long as they're landing in that, they ain't messing with me.
Well, I'm gonna actually order what they call a gator keel patch, and I'm gonna lay over the top of that
what on earth
my
are you watching?
patch job just to make double sure.
Yeah, you watching Tom and Jerry?
Is that like keel shield there, Jerry?
Holy
So what?
Is that like one of those polyurethane keel shields like I have on my boat?
Yes.
Hasn't she seen them all by now?
60 something bucks, but I'm gonna go ahead and order one just to be on the safe side.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it one of the old ones?
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Because I'd actually like getting that stretch of Ohio. We were all fishing the other day with my kayak. I'd love to do some drift fishing in there.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
know about taking a kayak out there. Then with the trees and stuff floating down that thing.
Man, that thing was like a gentle stream out there.
Kayak where?
Where we were
Dude,
fishing Saturday.
I feel
Well, I don't
fish a
know.
lot rough- yeah, I fish a lot rougher than that. So yeah, that was like a
Man.
gentle stream out there.
Yeah, you were
You know,
you were fishing out of a bathtub, basically.
Yeah.
We're lucky we didn't die.
Great, man.
I got to admit though, where you guys were all fishing looked like a lake compared to where Chad and J Dog were fishing.
Oh,
That
definitely.
is true.
Honestly and truly, that stretch of the Ohio is kind of wimpy. Honestly,
It is kind of tame down there.
And ours was
Now,
mostly because of
Josh
the
and I have
wind.
been on the Mississippi when it was way worse than that. So
Yeah, ours, we had that straight upstream wind where we were at.
Yeah, that's all.
J-Dog was just having like monsoons.
Chad, me and Heath would have been were begging for that win. Oh my God!
actually, yeah, it would have been nice to have some wind. Ain't no kidding.
But yeah, really, the current was weird where we were at, because it was like no current hardly at all. To all of a sudden, it would just, I guess, the wind when it would slow down and wasn't pushing upstream. We had it actually started pulling us downstream. So it was like, oh, okay, there's that current we were looking for,
Yeah, I remember you saying that at one point. That you said that you're cutting your trolling motor, that the wind was slowing you down enough you didn't have to hit it. But
Yeah, I was on zero, and we weren't barely moving. But we should start. Normally, we've already pretty much started hitting where we could start dragging baits in the Ohio pretty easily.
Right.
But we might have another couple weeks. We might not get as much. What is that? Thumbs down.
I don't like dragging. I
Well,
can't stand to get snagged. I mean, ask Josh.
Heath and I were talking about that the other day. I told him, I said, I got to go with Chad. I got to learn how to drag
You
baits.
just keep talking all at once. Show your.
Hey, Mark.
The more you guys talk over Shad, the happier I am.
So as we were saying,
I hear you. You can.
don't you got
Nobody
another
likes
joke you're
it.
getting ready to do?
Yeah. No, honey, you're in my ear, babe. Yeah.
Mark, you're in the show. Do you know where you're at, Mark?
Any.
Hi, Mark. Mark doesn't have a clue what he's doing. And you have got to be kidding me, Heath. Dragging baits is the best technique for fishing.
Oh man, we get snagged and stay snagged when we try that.
Do you get snagged when you anchor up?
No.
Who, me? No, we don't.
Yeah. The other Heath.
No, we get. I don't like getting snagged
Can
when
you
I'm
guys
like
even hear me?
when I'm drifting. I don't,
He'll get fired up. I warned Jerry about it.
it's just. I mean, you're supposed to be above all the stuff, and then you get. I don't know. It just aggravates me, basically, because I don't pay for the weights and all that stuff. Because I mean, Josh pours all the lead, so.
Well, then why
I
does it
just feel
aggravate you if you're losing his gear?
Because it just does. It bothers me. Somebody stole my tackle box, and it was basically full of boneheads, hooks, and all his weights, and it just. I don't know.
Is that
I
because
guess
you had
part
to
of how
ask
I
him
was
for
raised.
more?
What happened to Parker and Mark?
What do you guys?
I don't know. Parker just started spinning, and I think Mark is.
Mark got timed out.
Bob, what's that?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Mark. I heard him say like, "Can you hear me?" And then all of a sudden he disappeared. So
He was
not quite
sure
what happened there.
Ooh, man, my phone's getting hot. I could cook a chicken on it.
Oh my God! Now we're cooking chicken. Are you sitting next to Jerry?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm getting eat up. I'm
By
also
Jerry?
no, I'm also on the phone. So
Are you going to be on the show? Are you on the show or are you on the phone? Come on, bro.
He's
I'm on
I mean, just
everything.
because you're getting all excited and upset because we're talking about the best way of fishing being dragging baits.
Yeah. I gotta say, I wasn't a believer before because I was terrible at doing it as well. But once I got the kinks worked out of drifting, boy, I don't know. Kind
I
of
like
hard
to
to beat.
drift. I like drifting. I like suspend drifting.
That's why I've got
too,
to. That's
but
why I've got to figure out. I went last year with Terry Rogers, and I booked a trip, and I said, "Teach me what I'm doing wrong. Why can I not drift?" And within like the first 20 minutes, he had me fixed up. Okay, yeah, well, that's what I've been doing wrong. And
Yeah.
I am wanting to.
look,
I'm gonna have to go fish with Chad and be like, "What am I doing wrong dragging baits?" Because all I do is get snagged.
What is it?
All right.
you can ask
That's
That's
Chris.
what Chad will teach
So-
you.
So when we went to Land Between the Lakes, when I took him out on Barkley,
Okay.
before I took him out on Barkley, I had not been snagged and lost a sinker in months.
Man,
Well, Barkley's
I went
like
out with
6
him.
inches deep.
And we got snagged every 3 seconds. We got home and I took the wife out to a little lake that I have never been snagged up in all my life. And I lost like 2 or 3 more within like a 20-yard. I'm like, what is going on? I was getting so freaking frustrated with it. But it's part of it. You're gonna get hung up and lose gear whatever kind of way you fish.
We did spend like the first 45 minutes doing nothing but unsnagging.
yeah, it's
we
just pretty.
we-
It's
we
just
get 4 or 5 rods out, we get that 5th or 6th one out, and all of a sudden, as soon as I cast and it hit the water, this one over here would get snagged, and we'd have to reel every one of them back in and get unsnagged. I was like,
Oh, now see, you're snagging up one, so I'd still call that a win because
Hey,
Heath
that
and I do this. We'll
I'll
get
tell you
4 or
what
5
aggravates
rods out.
me. Josh will take us somewhere to drift, and he'll be like, "Hey, this is smooth right across here. You ain't gonna get snagged." And then every rod is, bent over.
It's doubled over.
The other day when I pushed in your button and I messed up your reel,
Yeah.
every rod on Josh's boat's that way.
Yep.
We're drifting
Oh,
down
this
through
is
there.
smooth across here. Horses.
Our rod goes down, and I mean, it's so bad, it started popping the bolts out of Heath's deck on his boat. So he reaches over to help me, but he hits the free spool. And when he does, it just goes.
oh man, that just makes you. Doesn't that just make you say such nice words when that happens?
Hey,
I got my
I didn't get
tool, just-
upset. I was trying not to kill us, okay? I didn't know what we were snagged on.
But at that time, we had 3 rods on our side of the boat. Every one of them was snagged up.
Oh.
I didn't. We
Yeah,
didn't get.
that gets. I mean, it gets frustrating. It's like
That's a quick way to
1,
get
2,
frustrated.
boom, and you're like,
Normally,
I've got like a $2 hook and a $5 demon dragon and about $2.50 worth of sinker on it. Or if you're doing
Hey.
like a dragger or something like that, you've got like a $4 or $5 dragon weight on it. You're like, I can't lose my rig.
Ask Josh about skiing across the front deck of his bass boat on the Mississippi before he starts making fun of me.
Oh yeah,
That's
We
straight
come
up.
within this much of probably dying.
This is dedication. This is
No, it's not dedication. It's stupidity.
it's dedication to that. So we're anchored up, and we're anchored up. We're fishing in front of a wing dike. The currents.
Time
Crazy.
out here. He has to be on the outside edge of the wing dike, and I'm like, well, maybe we should tuck in at the current. No, we don't want to be right here.
Right there.
Mm-mm.
So we're in the main current stream on the Mississippi, and it's flowing probably 450,000. And we're anchored up, and next thing I know, I look and all our lines are getting slack, and I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And I go to the back of the boat to help Heath start tightening these up, and then I look at the shore, and the shore is going waving by to us because we're dragging the anchor now.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, all the rods turned with the boat, and we're bent triple into the. Yeah.
Yeah. And I grabbed the anchor rope, and it tried to take the boat tried to take the boat from me, and I didn't want to let go of the anchor rope because I didn't want to lose my anchor. And
Yeah. And if I hadn't have hit the starter on your outboard and put it in gear real quick,
I was going to have to lose the anchor. Yeah.
well, lose the anchor or lose Josh.
Middle,
And he didn't have on the life jacket, by the way.
Middle of February, and we're out there. I was about to go skiing, but
This guy did, because I don't like that. I'm just not a fan. I don't even like being on the lake when it's that way.
I'm guilty of not wearing it, but I usually have it pretty close or within reaching distance of my life preserver. So
it's always
but
within. Now, if we're running up and down the Mississippi, I will put mine on.
Yeah, he does do that. And the one day we were out on the Ohio and we were trying to get up to Lost Creek, and it took us half an hour to do that from Golconda. He did.
Yeah, now I'll judge it. I mean, you should have it on at all the times. I mean, that's because you don't know. It's when you're not wearing it that you're going to have the problem. But I'm guilty. I don't wear mine as often as I should. I've got one of the Mustang ones that auto inflate, and I don't put that thing on. I quit.
I think we're all guilty of it, and it's one of them.
Well, we are. I didn't run on that Saturday. I did when the boat was moving.
But I will say this, I may not wear mine all the time, but
you can take it off.
Caitlin has hers on before she ever steps foot on the boat, and it don't come off until she's off the water.
You take it off. I don't know near you.
Yeah, that's saying they would listen. We don't move.
Yeah.
We launched the boat, and she's got it on as I'm pulling her and Dee down into the water, and
yeah, we don't mess around with that.
Hey, honestly, Josh and I have done a lot of pretty stupid things, but for the most part, we're pretty safe. I mean, since we became adults, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the younger and dumber days, but that's for that could make its own show one day. But
yeah, honestly, that's probably R-rated. So,
well, looks like I just got a message from somebody that they are watching, but they have not said anything because they are out. They are so upset that they just went out to a demanding lead and was kicking everybody's tail on Saturday. And Parker and Heath cheated and came back. And they were pulling fish out of live wells, they said, and all kinds of things. He said it will not happen again. So they're out there right now practicing, looking for fish, getting on them. Because next time,
you want to see my live well? I'll show you how that.
I bet it's empty now, ain't it, Heath?
No, I'm going to show you how tiny it is.
Well, J-Dog did say he wanted to do a 2-on-2. So.
We did see the size of the fish that you all were catching.
Yeah,
They even put bluegill in there. I can barely fit shad in there.
Yeah.
That thing is tiny. Hey, come on.
Do you realize how many? Do you realize how many Dockeries you could fit in there? How many Lyle Stokes would fit in there? How many Chris Lees could fit in there?
Hey,
I wasn't even the one catching the fish. What do you mean? I had on
I'm going to say he couldn't have had any fish in that live well because it would have drowned the chickens.
Had to keep the chicken fresh.
I didn't catch but 2 fish all day. I suck.
I was gonna say I think that's what I caught. Yeah, I caught 2 and D caught 2.
Yeah, I caught 1 and Rob caught 1 after the bell. So Rob lost a heck of a fish though.
Well, so did Jerry and so did I. So
well, if Rob wouldn't have had all that chicken juice on his hands, he might have caught that.
Hey, that chicken juice gives you grip. Makes your raw hand stick.
It gives you salmonella.
This is a kid-friendly show. I ain't gonna go there with you, Parker.
I went into that with a low opinion of chicken, but I come out with a different perspective on it. That is the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way I see it. 1, chicken ain't new.
No.
Touche.
20 years ago, we were using chicken liver, beef liver, chicken, stink baits, dough baits, shad, anything that we could throw out there thinking we could try to catch some fish. That's what, I grew up learning, trying to figure out these days on fish in the river and stuff. What the heck are we going to hit that day? With bluegill heads, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mixing different stuff, trying to come up with maybe something new that they might hit and that we weren't, fishing with yet.
Oh, speaking of that, ask Keith about his chicken liver bait that he made about 3 years ago.
It's been more longer ago than that, Bubby. I took a tub of chicken liver. I put it in a coffee can. I put an entire container of a garlic powder on it. And I closed it and I put it in my refrigerator and I forgot about it for 6 months.
Oh.
And then, I got it out because me and Josh went down to Golconda to bank fish, and was it like December or January?
It was January because I was in training.
And I told him, I said, hey, open that up. I bet that's good by now. Yeah, well, it was good, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
It was right.
I read an article about it on some thing on the internet.
And it was on the internet. It must have been true.
Oh God, it was awful.
It probably would have been good if I'd have used it in a couple weeks instead of 6 months. But
oh man, it was nasty.
He opened it up and it come out of the can in a solid clump. And he instead of throwing it away, he plopped it out on the ground and then started retching.
It was bad.
It was awful. The bottom of the can had rusted, and I didn't know it. I'm just glad it didn't do it in the house because I probably would be.
You see on cartoons when the fumes come out of stuff and they dance around. Well, this came out at about a size 18 boot and kicked me in the nose.
That didn't open.
2 questions or things right here, Eric. Burnside's in chat, buddy. We said something earlier about your accident you were in. We've seen that and heard about it, and hope everything's okay with you and your family. Old boys outdoors while bank fishing in the Ohio River. How heavy weight do you guys use? Depends on the current.
What's that?
I've used anywhere between a 2 to 3 ounce all the way to a 10 ounce.
17, 16.
There's a good app. I was showing it to Gary and Rob Saturday morning. You get it. I don't know if it's on Apple, but they have it on Android. It's called Flow Alert, and you can put the river gauges that you were interested in into this thing, and a lot of them, like if you go to the National Weather Service website, it'll show you what the river stage is in feet.
Yeah, it won't show you the flow.
Right. But if you get on this app, a lot of the time it'll tell you the flow, and it'll tell you, hey, Shawneetown's flowing. The other day it was flowing 260,000 CFS.
Well, I don't
know. It'll give you a good. It'll let you get a good judge. After a while, you'll pick up on about how many ounces of lead you need. But I mean, we were down. Keith and I were down at the confluence one time with the Mississippi and the Ohio. I think it was like middle winter, it's like December or something. And I was stringing together 8-ounce no rolls and had about 4 of them out there trying to hit bottom and couldn't hit bottom in the Mississippi that day. So, yeah. Went somewhere else.
Kind of like the time that you decided we should get as close to JT Myers as possible.
Yeah.
And it was 10 ounce wasn't touching the bottom.
Well, I put a 12-ounce cannonball and tried to bump with it and could not bump with a 12-ounce cannonball. It was straight out from the back of the boat.
He also thought I fell out of the boat once and freaked out.
I was looking out for my buddy. We almost died one night.
No.
Hey,
the barge down by Golconda. I was telling Jerry about that one.
Yeah, we could have reached out and touched that barge.
Yeah, we by all right could have got run over. I don't know how we didn't.
No,
and we had lights. Josh hollered us down the rate. Oh, it was horrible. Hollered, hey, don't hit us.
Gentlemen, it was 9 p.m. What'd you say, Parker?
Chatter Josh, I know J-Dog's a little sore about Saturday. And I know he's been wanting a rematch. If he wanted to do a rematch, I'd be game for it. But
if he wants a rematch, I will host it. I will proudly host it, and I will sit there and
I want to do it
moderate that
on my
with
home
the
water, and he can do it on the Ohio, but I get to do it on my home water.
Yeah, because we
Baldwin.
finished tied, babe.
You guys will have to
Yeah, work that out with
talk
J
that
Dog.
out.
However you guys want to do it.
I'm fine with it. But we have to stay on that stretch of the river because I only have a thimble full of gas. So.
Well, I'm saying we go to Baldwin.
You're the expert there, brother. I don't know the
I
first thing
have
about it.
both of your numbers. I don't know if you have each other's. If not, I will get that so you guys can work some details out.
Make it happen. I would be proud and honored to host that one on my channel.
Okay.
So.
Hey,
right,
that's
well,
fine with me. I just
guys,
gotta know a little bit in advance. Some of us work weekends, so
We'll get it figured out now. Don't worry, Heath. I'll get it set up on Baldwin. Yeah.
that works for me. I'm fine with it.
Thanks for count me in. I'm not scared. The J Dog.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
work out the details, guys. Just let me know when you want to do it, and we'll make it happen.
calm down, Mark. Guys, thanks for jumping on here with me tonight. It is 9 o'clock. Well, it's actually 9:02, and apparently the drama queen is ready for their show to start.
That means it's time to go.
Mark.
It means it's time to aggravate Mark in the chat over at Panfish Weekly.
Exactly. I want to see everybody over in Panfish Nation giving Mark as much grief as possible. Leave Lyle alone. He is a excellent human being, but please make sure to give grief to Mark as much as you can.
See everybody in a little bit.
See y'all in a little while.
Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you guys. See you next week.
Take care, guys.